Hello and welcome back to Bytes of CAC on 7-day machine learning challenge on interview question, and we are already on day 2, and the question of the day is, in which case should we use median and when to use mean? So before we move on to that, let's do a quick recap on what is a mean and what is a median. Suppose you are given a set of values like these. There are 7 values here, all in ascending order, and if you are to find mean, you need to find the average of the data set. In this case, which means the sum of the values divided by number of values in the data set, which is 7, which gives you 2.71, whereas median is the middle value of the sorted data, that is the data which has been sorted in ascending order. So in this case, the middle value is the fourth element, that is 2. So your value of the median for this data set is 2. So as you can see that mean and median is not always the same thing. So now the question whether to choose mean or whether to choose median, it depends on 3 factors. Factor number 1 is data distribution. If your data is symmetrical or normally distributed like this, the choice will be mean. But if your data is skewed, like a left skewed data like this or right skewed data like this, your choice would be median. So this is basically the histogram plots that I'm showing you. And if I have to give you an example like a skewed distribution, suppose you are given a set of data and that data contains the income of people, and in that data set people mostly earn really less, but there are just a few high earners. So those few high earners will drag the average towards the higher value, and that average will not be quite the representative of the income of the lower earning group, like the people who earn really less, and they are like most people earn really less. So that will not quite represent that if we are using a mean. So median will better represent that kind of data. So, and that kind of distribution is also known as a skewed distribution. The second factor is number of outliers in your data. If there are very less outliers or no outliers, then mean is the choice. And if there are a lot of outliers in your data, that is your data is quite noisy, then median is going to be the choice. And the third factor is the regularization penalty or error function. So you will find this penalty factor if you are using like scikit-learn in many of the, like this is the documentation for API documentation for logistic regression. You can find the penalty factor over here. So if the penalty factor is squared error like L2, then the preferred choice would be mean, because it seeks to find the central point that minimizes the average squared deviation from the data points. And if you are using absolute error, then median gives a better choice for the central tendency. So it minimizes the absolute deviation from the central value. So your answer, the final answer, summing up all 3, will be the choice of using median or mean depends on 3 factors. Number 1 is the data distribution. For normal distribution, we use mean, and for skewed distribution, we use median. And we can easily find out data distribution using plots like histogram. Number 2 is outliers in data. For less or no outliers, we use mean, and for noisy data, we use median. Plots like box plot can show us the outliers in our data. And number 3 is the choice of loss or regularization or penalty function used. For mean squared error or L2, mean is a better choice, whereas for mean absolute error or L1, median works better. So that's all for today. You can take a screenshot of this, and I have already used a different ink for highlighting those important points. So you just have to remember these key points rather than just memorizing the entire answer. So that's all for today. Keep watching. Thank you.